Why did my student send me a $50,000 check? I'd been teaching in Rossmore High for 10 years when I met Gus. At first, he just seemed like a regular edgy student. Always wore a black bomber jacket that was practically glued to his body, a permanent smirk that I'd seen dozens of girls fall for. But the more I taught him, the more I realized that he was even worse than I thought. We were halfway through the year when my student Molly finally participated in class. She was a student with severe social anxiety that I'd been working with one-on-one after school. Miss, I think the answer is, we don't have all day, Gus announced, chewing his gum and flicking his pen like he thought he was the coolest kid in school. The whole class immediately broke into laughter, and my heart broke. Molly never participated again. Later that month, I was teaching history after lunch, and the classroom reeked of cigarette smoke. I knew it was from one of the students. I needed to figure out who it was, but I knew asking directly wouldn't get me anywhere. Well, it didn't take long for me to figure out who was causing it, because Gus got a Snapchat notification, and he immediately whipped out his phone to snap back whoever it was. In a split second, I caught a pack of cigarettes peeking out of his pocket. He didn't even try to hide it. It was him. As soon as class ended, I marched straight to the principal's office and knocked on the door. "Come in," Principal Enda said. I walked in and sat down, but before I could say anything, he spoke first. "Let me guess, is this about Gus?" I was just about to respond with yes, can we get him extra help, but then he continued. "All I need is one piece of evidence of him doing something illegal, and we can finally get him expelled and blacklisted from every school in the area." I wanted so badly to tell on him, but guilt creeped into me. "Well, don't you think that's a little harsh? We could be ruining his future." Ruining his future? Enda let out a deep belly laugh. "What about our future? He's bringing down your grade average, and we're so close to finally getting on the list of the top recommended schools in LA. He's going to ruin that." That's when I understood. I could give up on him like every other adult in his life, and let him become another statistic for a $3 an hour pay raise, or do what teachers are supposed to do, take a chance on him. I chose the second option, and I lied. "I haven't seen anything. I just wanted to discuss getting him a tutor." Enda's face dropped like I'd just wasted his entire afternoon. The next day, I kept Gus after class, which immediately made him defensive. "Whatever you think I did, I didn't do it." His voice had that practiced indifference that teenagers love doing. "I just wanted to see if you needed help with the essay," I responded. He actually laughed. "Yeah, right. Teachers don't help students like me." But I pushed his graded essay across the desk, a D- with my notes all over it. "These are actually good ideas. You just need structure. Come by my classroom after school. I'll help." Of course, he didn't show up. I waited 40 minutes in my empty classroom, wondering why I even bothered. 2 weeks passed, and things got worse. He threw a textbook at another kid during group work, started a fight in the parking lot. Other teachers started avoiding eye contact with me in the hallway because they knew I was soft on the problem kid. Then came parent-teacher night. I watched every parent walk past my desk to complain about Gus to other teachers. His chair stayed empty. No guardian, no grandmother, nobody. That's when something clicked. This kid was completely alone. The next morning, I tried a different approach. I decided to start giving him more responsibility, to prove to him that I believe in him. I started by putting him in charge of distributing worksheets. Small responsibility, but he actually did it without complaint. Started saying good point when he participated, even when his answers were half right. The other kids noticed and started whispering, "Why is the teacher being nice to him?" But slowly, something shifted. He stopped interrupting as much in my class. Still acted out everywhere else, but in my room, he was almost manageable. 2 weeks later, I assigned personal essays. Most kids wrote about vacations or sports victories. Gus turned his paper in late, stained with coffee and tears. The first line made my stomach drop. 2 years ago, my dad went insane. I waited until I was home alone to read the rest. He wrote, "I still remember the day that everything went wrong. Dad screamed from my bedroom. I ran downstairs and saw my mother's dead body on the floor. She had unalived herself. My father looked at me, whispered the words, 'I'm sorry,' and turned the gun on himself, and he self-unalived. I was 15. Every fight, every disruption, every cruel joke is me pushing people away before they can leave me like my parents did." Something shifted after that, and when graduation came, he walked across that stage with a 3.7 GPA and partial scholarship to State College. Fast forward 15 years later, and a check for $50,000 arrived at school from Gus. He wrote, "Use this for any other kid who needs someone to believe in them."